Welcome back to Conqueror Conversations, the YouTube home for nonprofit changemakers. If you're ready to grow smarter, fund bolder, and lead with confidence, you're in the right place. In our last video, Storytelling That Converts, Narrative Techniques for Donor Action, we explored why storytelling is every nonprofit's superpower and how the right narrative can move hearts, open wallets, and inspire action. But here's the thing. Your story can't stop with your communications team. If it only lives in donor appeals or social captions, it's underperforming. Because a story isn't just what you say, it's how you run. Every thriving organization runs on one invisible system: story. It's not a tagline or a marketing line. It's the connective tissue that links your programs, your people, and your purpose. When the story becomes infrastructure, woven into decisions, budgets, meetings, and reports, it stops being decoration and starts being direction. So today, let's talk about how to move your story from the comms corner into the core of your operations, where it can power strategy, strengthen culture, and align everyone around what truly matters. Think of your story like a power grid. Every department plugs into it differently, but they're all drawing from the same current. In fundraising, your story translates impact into emotion. In programs, it keeps purpose alive in the day-to-day. In operations, it anchors priorities. And in HR, it reminds every new hire why their work matters. Here's how to make that system work. 1. Define the core narrative. What promise does your organization make to the world? Not your mission statement, your story statement. The emotional through line that says, here's what changes when we show up. 2. Translate it department by department. Every team should ask, how do we live this story in our work? Finance might say, we make generosity sustainable. Programs might say, we turn empathy into structure. 3. Embed story in strategy. Tie your goals, KPIs, and annual plans back to your narrative pillars. That's how your story drives your strategy, not the other way around. When everyone speaks the same narrative language, alignment stops being a meeting objective and starts being muscle memory. Strategy fails when humans can't feel it. A story gives strategy its heartbeat. It turns objectives into belonging. When your grant team sees themselves as architects of opportunity, not just paperwork processors, that's a story in action. When your volunteers tell a neighbor, we don't just serve meals, we serve dignity, that's a story shaping culture. Connection happens when people can locate themselves inside the narrative. That's when KPIs turn into shared purpose, and department goals turn into movement goals. If you want your strategy to survive turnover, budget cuts, or leadership changes, make sure every team member can retell the organization's story in their own words. Because alignment doesn't start in spreadsheets, it starts in language. Imagine your organization like a city. Your story isn't the mural on the wall, it's the map that keeps everyone moving toward the same destination. When story becomes infrastructure, meetings move faster because everyone shares context. Funders stay longer because they feel your consistency. New staff onboard quicker because the narrative orients them faster than any manual ever could. Your story becomes a shared compass, a strategic North Star that doesn't fade with new trends or leadership changes. And here's the beautiful part. When your story flows through everything, strategy stops being rigid. It becomes alive, responsive, human, and creative. That's when a nonprofit stops chasing relevance and starts defining it. Here's your challenge. Audit your organization's story. Is it sitting in a folder on the comms drive, or is it living in your strategy? When story and structure move together, your work doesn't just reach people, it resonates. Because a story that lives everywhere, leads everywhere. This is Conqueror Conversations, where purpose meets planning and narrative becomes infrastructure. Now go weave your story into every system you build. Thanks for watching Conqueror Conversations. Don't just let your mission survive, make it thrive. Subscribe for more bold, practical strategies to grow your nonprofit.